Mr. Bamberling, also known and joked about by everyone as the Muffin Man. He stood there as if he'd grown straight out of the cobbles, rooted in place like an old tree that had been waiting for this exact moment. His rusty bike leaned against his hip, the same bike he'd ridden since before half the parents were born. The frame groaned in the breeze and the wicker basket on the front sagged under the weight of those muffins he was famous for. Warm muffins, always warm, always the size of your fist, the kind that smelled like childhood, even if your childhood had never smelled that good. Every Friday, just after the school bell rang and the children spilled out onto Spout Lane, the same sound drifted through the air, the soft, rhythmic squeak of an old bicycle chain. It was a sound everyone in Washington knew, a sound that should have been comforting. That was when he appeared, Mr. Bamberling, the Muffin Man. He came pedaling slowly around the bend, as he always did, perched on that ancient rust-flecked bike that looked like it had survived more winters than any man should. The wicker basket strapped to the handlebars bulged with warm muffins wrapped in paper that always seemed to steam no matter the weather. He'd lift a hand in greeting, fingers stiff, smile gentle and familiar. Fresh muffins for a Friday treat, he'd call, voice soft as dust. The children would gather, they always did, drawn by the smell, sweet comforting, a smell that tugged at something deep in the mind like a memory you couldn't quite place. Parents waved from doorsteps, teachers nodded politely. It was tradition, harmless, ordinary. But if you watched closely, really watched, you'd notice the things that didn't fit. The way his coat hung oddly on his frame as though the man inside shifted from week to week. The way his eyes gleamed too brightly beneath the brim of his cap, catching the light even on cloudy days. The way the steam from the muffins curled upward in shapes that didn't look entirely like steam. And then there was the way he rode, slow measured as if he wasn't traveling through the lane, but gliding along it as if the road itself carried him. Every Friday he came, every Friday he smiled, every Friday he offered muffins to all, and every Friday Spout Lane seemed to hold its breath, waiting for the moment when someone finally noticed what it had been trying to remember all along. The children slowed as they spilled out of the old school gates. Laughter thinned footsteps, faltered shoes scuffed to a halt. Then came the whisper, "Come and get the last of the muffins." It didn't come from his mouth, it came from everywhere else. From the hedgerows rustling with a breath that wasn't the wind, from the cracks in the pavement where shadows pooled too thickly, from the cold breath of the lane itself, exhaled from some unseen throat. The children felt it before they understood it, a tug deep in the chest like a memory trying to claw its way up from somewhere it didn't belong. A warm kitchen, a soft hand, a muffin placed gently on a plate, a moment that never happened yet felt as real as the ground beneath their feet. Mr. Bamberling lifted one muffin slowly, and the steam curled from it in shapes that didn't look quite right. Faces, fingers, something reaching, stretching, yearning, and Spout Lane, old as the bones beneath it, older than the houses that leaned toward it, older even than the stories whispered in the pubs, seemed to lean in closer. Listening, waiting, remembering. Because the lane knew what came next. It always had.